Community, thank you to all the teachers, thank you to all the janitors. This is a big fight. The SEIU Local 1, united with the teacher union, united with the parents, the students, we keep going, trying to bring down those schools that they're going to close, because it's going to affecting a lot of jobs, teachers, food service, janitors. They're going to be out of those schools, and the children, they had to walk in a dangerous areas in order to get to the other school. This mayor of Chicago, he's not thinking what he's going to do. This is very bad for our communities. It's very bad for the parents, that are working very hard for this city, that we have this new mayor in Chicago trying to destroy the communities, destroy the unions, destroy our children. He doesn't love the children. He's lying when he say that he loves the children, that he's working for the children. He's not. He's working only for the rich people. He don't care about the communities. This is the reason everybody say, one time mayor, 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 one time mayor.
Being a part of this, my name is Tracy Bellamy. I'm a youth pastor at Lawndale Christian Community Church. Being a part of this march has really shown me that we need to stand up and fight for our children. One of the schools that they're wanting to close, I also volunteer at. I volunteer at Paderewski. They're wanting to close Paderewski, and I work with the mentally challenged students there. I work with the students who have autism. These kids need our support. If we don't stand up and fight for them, then we're showing that we don't care about them. But we do care, because we've been out here these last 3 days pounding the pavement for them. It's not about what we do. It's about keeping these schools open for our children, keeping them in a safe environment so they don't have to walk through the dangerous streets of Chicago, and some might end up getting hurt, whatever. My nephew is an autism student at Paderewski, and to see him go through what I've seen him go through in the last couple weeks has really laid heavy on my heart. And that's why I decided, you know what, I'm going to stand up for him, because he can't stand up for himself. We need to stand up for our youth. No school closings!
No school closing! No school closing! No school closing! No school closing! No school closing!
No school closing.
So I'm Zakia Ansari. I'm a parent from New York City. I have 8 children, and I have 3 currently that are still in public school in New York City. And my heart too weighs heavy because the stories sound so similar to the New York City story of what's happening in Chicago. And it's time. It's time for a change, right? As I shared before, 162 schools closed in New York City over the last 12 years. And still, we only have 25% of our children overall graduating college and career ready, and 13% of Black and Latino children graduating college and career ready. Yet we have a mayor just like yours, who's a billionaire, who has rich friends in high places, and who can reach the federal level, the state level, and every other level, but refuses to come down to the grassroots level and to listen to the voice of the people and the voice of the students that are clear that these closures haven't worked. And that's a shame. And it's criminal what's happening right now. Our public education system is clearly under attack. New York City stands united not only with Chicago, but places like Newark, and Philly, and Oakland, and Detroit. And the list goes on and on. So while my heart weighs heavy, I'm also excited, right? Excited about the possibilities of what will be. Not what can be, but what will be. And reminded of history being repeated. So rather it's folks trying to take away our voting rights, right? Or a whole host of other things. This movement is not unknown to us. We've seen it before, not only in this country, but in other parts of the world. When folks on the ground who are most impacted are joined by those who are not necessarily impacted by feel a sense of empathy and compassion and say, it's wrong. And when I see something wrong, I need to join with those who are feeling this and experiencing this to create the movement. So the movement right now is in Chicago, but in New York City we've been experiencing it, in Newark, etc., etc. And we have to make sure that we are raising up and ensuring that our young people are at the forefront and are leading this. Because as we know, as I said before, this is not unfamiliar. And every movement, it's been the young people that have been the forefront moving this and pushing this forward. And what we have to do is step to the side, stand side by side with them, and allow them to move this the way we know they can move it. It's familiar. It's historical. This is our moment. Not only our moment in New York City, because we have, after 12 years, we're about to get rid of this mayor. Not too crazy about all the candidates we have up, but that's okay. We know it's going to be different. Why? Because we are already uniting. I'm from New York City. I came here to Chicago. Philly is here. Right? These are because we understand what's going on, and because we know how much unity is important, how important that is, and solidarity is important. And I'm going to close with this and just say, having 8 children, I did this kind of informal analysis, and I figured out that I have about over 300 teachers touch their lives in similar ways, in different ways. And so every time I have the opportunity to acknowledge teachers and staff and those who kind of push our children forward when we're not around, I also want to say thank you to all of you, each and every one of you. Those who clean our schools and make sure our children are safe, and actually even go above and beyond, because when we're in the PTA meeting and we need the door open, we have custodians and others who are the ones who open those doors for us. But to those people who are in the classroom on a daily basis, thank you, thank you, thank you. And so when we have the so-called reformers that say, it's about the union, and as parents we've united with the union, I say, and what? And what? What does that mean? So thank you. We stand united, and we will stop these closures. This is our moment. This is our moment. I feel it really strongly. So onward. Thank you.
Whole city!
Our city!
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 Whole schools!
Our school!
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 Whose children?
Our children!
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 All right.
Anyone else?
Yeah, so I wrote a speech.
Oh, you wrote a speech?
I wrote a speech.
Okay. Treat us for about 3 minutes today.
Hello? Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Daz Arteaga. I'm speaking for Create Change with Art. It's a campaign that raises awareness about Chicago's crisis using art. I'm going to introduce myself as I'm a professional sound engineer. For my job is to record records. I love painting with sound. I'm an artist. My last name starts with art. I came from a really artsy family. Now, why would I team up with street-level youth media to help create awareness of the Chicago public schools closing down, and spend days and nights contacting the best Chicago artists, nonprofits, student, teacher organizations, and gather everyone together to tell everyone that we must work together to save the future of Chicago? Coming here today, I have no secret agenda. I'm fighting for my city. Losing the future is not cool. I'm here to speak on behalf of the teachers, parents, administrators, and supporters, but most importantly, the students who will get bullied and put in danger. I'm here to speak for the countless teachers who